Okay, so I want to talk about anchoring in heaven on earth, anchoring in a state of mind. It's like reprogramming our mind. So we have these programs that are running in our mind. We all know this. All of us on the spiritual awakening understand that we are searching out these programs that are on automatic, running in our brains, and checking them and reprogramming our minds to believe other things. And there are also state of minds that we are stuck in for years and years and years, that are running our life, that we don't even understand that they're there. They're in our subconscious. And these state of minds are have emotions attached to them. And that means that they have that we feel a certain way, or we have to go to emotions whenever something hits us. Whenever something hits our state of mind. Our state of mind is what decides how we feel about certain subjects, and these are the programs that we're searching for in our minds. And so the way to find these programs are through watching our emotions and becoming aware. And it all comes back to being in the state of now, being in the now, which is the only place in your life where you have power. The now is the only place in life where life exists. It's continuously fluid. It never stands in place. There is no actual moment of now. It's always passing through. So it's just like our life. It's a passing through. And when you really understand that it's just a passing through, it's only an experience. We would get out of these, if we can set ourselves free, we can fully experience life and not sit around with these programs in our mind of like, what are we supposed to be doing? How life is supposed to look? What if somebody thinks something about me? What if I put myself out there and I am refused? Or afraid to say what's on our mind because we don't feel like we're valid enough, or what we have to say is of value, or what if I misunderstood? There's so many programs. See, these are things that I find within myself, and each of us has these lists, and probably we have quite a bit of a combined consensus list of society, because we were all pretty much, even around the world, we were all pretty much trained to be beings of society, and to kind of with or without knowing consciously, we are programmed to believe certain things. I mean, look at different ways of life. Different people believe different things, dependent on the society that they live in. And so I want to get back to subject, which is anchoring in your state of mind. So as we're reprogramming ourselves, and we are continuously paying attention to what we are thinking and to our emotions as we're going through life, and as we're stimulated and catching places and thinking about them, and even catching things after the fact, when you lay in bed at night and you're replaying the day, and you're like, oh, that there, I didn't stand up, and I wasn't, when we're replaying, even that is a blessing, because you're processing it. That is the beginning of catching it. In the beginning, you don't catch it while it's happening. In the beginning, you see the pattern of it. And then you catch it afterwards, and you're like, oh, okay, so that pattern played out here in my life. This is the pattern. Look what happened. And then when you replay it, sometimes it's really mind bending, because when you really let go and you really replay it, and you can really see yourself in the picture, a lot of times it's a hard pill to swallow, watching yourself and realizing that has been off your entire life, and that you have been running by that program. It's not only is it tough to believe, sometimes it's really hard to bend your mind around that. It's not even that, change the thought, because that pattern of thinking is so hardwired in our brain. And so whenever we have these glimpses of heaven on earth, whenever we enter into the doors of paradise, which is all around us, all we have to do is open our eyes and look out the window. That's all we have to do. See paradise. Nature always is flourishing, just like we're always flourishing. Everything is in movement. And when you come into a state of full, pure love for yourself, you come into a state of knowing that you are divine and you are of all of this making. You have the right to be here, just like the birds sitting on that wire out there. You know, we are as ancient as the earth itself. We have always been part of it, and we're going back into it. All we are is a glimpse in time, an experience, a a a an expression of God, an expression of one thing that can be made from all of this mishmash. That just a few things came together and made this being. And I want to fully express this being. See what this being is about. It's like you have a horn. It's like, so let's say that I'm like, let's say I am a horn that has all these different capabilities and all of these different tones that it can play and music that it can play, and somebody's only playing one note. So it's like I want to fully open up this being and be a full expression of whatever wants to come through. And that's kind of what I'm doing with these videos. And I kind of feel like it's part of the spiritual awakening. It's part of it is bringing yourself out. And that's why I feel like these videos were kind of born of me, born from me, something that gives me a place of expression, but it also allows whatever wants to flow through me to flow through me. And I get the messages. Like I've always said, as I speak, I understand what the thoughts are, even because it's bringing it down into comprehension. It's bringing thoughts that are like this in this massive cloud in the ethers, and you have to narrow them down into words. Like I've said before, our words and what we say is the simplest form of manifestation. We're manifesting thoughts into something that is tangible. It's not even physical. It's even before the physical. It's moving vibration. So with our voice, we're making vibrations and we're moving things around us with that vibration. And then when it hits other people's, when whoever is within the range of that vibration will hear it through their perception. So when you really think about it, everything is vibration, and our words are the simplest form of manifestation. Even it's not even into the physical form. We can make things with our voice. Say when we know how to manipulate energy, and we know that everything is energy, you can create things with your voice. A lot of us do it nowadays. You know, we speak on the phone and we make connections, and we you know. People that sit on top of empires that build big, grand buildings, they don't go out there and build those buildings. They create it with their voice. They give they say the word. They have power in their words. They have power in their words, and they know how to manipulate energy well. Whether it's something that is a God-given talent, or whether it's something that was learned, whether it was something that was passed down. It's all a vibration. It's all a state of mind. If you believe that you can do that, you can do that. If you believe that, if you believe that you can move mountains, you can move mountains. So when you do, I want to get back to the anchoring and then close this. So when you do get back to the state of Garden of Eden, whenever you are there, try to anchor it in as much as possible. That way you are reprogramming your mind out of the old states or ways of being or emotional go-tos into a new state. And so as much as you can hold the higher vibrations and be in that state where you understand that you are part of everything, and then you're just in pure awe, um, hold those states as long as you can, in order to anchor that new emotion, that new state, that new way of looking at everything in, and to where slowly you shift out of the old way of being and into the new way of being. It's like shifting into a parallel dimension. We're still on the same platform. It's still the 3D zone. We still have to wash our dishes and we still have to maintain, but you're maintaining and you're doing it from a completely different perspective, a completely different way of being. And you come into synchronicity and harmony with the universe around you, because you are in love with the universe around you, because it's part of you, and you understand that every single part of it is as divine as another. Nothing can exist without every single part of it. So you understand your importance, but you also understand that you are part of something much greater than you, and you understand the importance of others and the importance of all of the spectrum of emotions, and importance of having all of the life experiences that you can have. And then you get to the end and you're like, boy, that was a carnival. That was a carnival. So I'm waiting to get to the place where on the twin flame journey, I look back and I go, whoa, that was a freaking carnival. Look at that. I know that I'm getting to that point because I can look back at last year and I can go, whoa, I'm happy that I've had these experiences. I feel grateful. I feel like that one, I understand myself so much better. I understand my gifts and my talents. I understand where I feel the best. I understand who I am, and I can still feel more parts lifting. And I still feel like I'm going through the pain and the understanding of everything. So I'm still, but it's gotten super raw. It's gotten like to this point where you're already at the core. Everything is just gushy. Everything, it's like you're walking in mud. It's like it's sticky and it's raw. It's raw. Um, like raw emotion. There aren't even faces you can put on it. And you have no want to put any kind of face on it. You want to just understand it and get through it and get strong from it, and surrender into it and just be an allowance and love anyway. So it's like you have to put the old to sleep in order to fully move into the new. So it's like this shifting, and you really are passing into a new being, and you kind of are letting go of your old being. But it's like being completely reborn. I saw a documentary not too long ago. Maybe it was a TikTok, or maybe it was like one of those reels or something, one of those shorts or something. And it was this crab. And this crab, now I didn't know this, but crabs, they shed their shell. And it showed this crab coming out of its shell. And that's what it freaking feels like. It feels like this shell has been being built under this other shell, right? And now I'm being born again into this parallel dimension but my shell is still raw, and I'm still like almost holding on to the old shell for security or something like that. It feels something like that. Or maybe I still have a couple feet stuck in that shell that I'm still pulling out of there into the full just surrender, like whatever. Okay. I have to get busy. I have plans this morning, so thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. I am good. I'm good. Thank you for watching, and really thank you for caring. I feel so much like love. So thank you.